Hello. In this example, we want to let f of x equal 2x squared minus 3x. We want to find and simplify the expression for the difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. That's what we call this entire thing right here. That is the difference quotient. Now, notice that in the difference quotient, I have f of x plus h in the numerator, and I have subtracting off f of x. So what I want to do is, the first thing I want to do is I want to find f of x plus h. Here's f of x. So if I want to find f of x plus h, I simply replace all x's with x plus h. So that gives me 2, and instead of x, it's x plus h squared minus 3, and instead of x, it again is replaced with x plus h. Then I simplify. I have to square before I multiply because of the order of operations, and I can go ahead and distribute the negative 3 there as well. So this gives me 2 parentheses, and whenever you square a binomial, you should get something like this: x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Distribute the negative 3 gives me negative 3x minus 3h. Then distribute the 2. That gives you 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared. And then I still have the negative 3x and the negative 3h. Notice there's nothing in common here. Consider the h and the x to be two different variables. So x squared, there are no other x squareds. Xh, there are no other xh's. H squareds, no. X's, no, and that's just the last one. Sometimes you can combine stuff, but this time you cannot. Now what I need to figure out is, what is this entire expression right here, the f of x plus h minus f of x? Well, to do that, I'm going to have to just write down f of x plus h minus f of x. So f of x plus h minus f of x. But if I do that, I might as well divide the entire thing by h as well. And that will give me the difference quotient. So, replace f of x plus h with what it is. In this case, it's this entire thing over here. So that is 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3x minus 3h. Now I have to subtract off the original function. So minus the original function of 2x squared minus 3x. I'm not sure I have enough room there. 2x squared minus 3x. Hopefully you can see that. All of that gets divided by h. So from here, I start simplifying. 2x squared plus 4x plus 2h squared minus 3x minus 3h, there's nothing you can do, but you can distribute that negative sign into both of those terms. So that gives you 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3x minus 3h. Notice that's just right there. I haven't done anything with it. And then distribute the negative sign gives you negative 2x squared, and then plus 3x. And divide all of that by h. Now then, at this point, you need to start realizing that anything that does not have an h in it is going to cancel. So those 2x squareds, well, that 2x squared and that negative 2x squared will cancel each other. And this negative 3x and this positive 3x will also cancel each other. So if you notice in the numerator, you just have terms with h's. Therefore, you get 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3h all over h. Now in the numerator, I have a common factor of h. I can sometimes have more than that. This time I don't, but sometimes I can. If I do, I don't care. All I care about is that common factor of h. So that's going to give me h times 4x plus 2h minus 3 all over h. And notice that this h and this h cancel, and that's why that's the only thing I really cared about. So what you're left with is 4x plus 2h minus 3.